Guys, China just exposed the luxury brand industry. They're saying on social media that the stuff you're paying thousands of dollars for is the exact product you are getting from DHK. Not only are some of the products made in the same factory, they are made with the same materials. Can you believe this? China has refused to back down on the trade war with the United States. The manufacturers of all the products in China are currently spilling the beans on social media about how the products are made. They are saying that the products are made with cheap materials. Take a look at videos of two manufacturers in China explaining exactly how those products are made. And after watching those videos, you're going to be watching a China analyst who was interviewed by Channel 4 News saying that China is going to be fighting to the end. Watch.
Do you recognize this style, this bag? Of course you do. For the past more than 30 years, we have been OEM factory for most of the luxury brands around the world. Gucci, Prada, Coach, Louis Vuitton, you name it. But for this, I am not proud because we were only making our wages. The profit margin for the people who are actually making the bags are very low. What I'm really proud of is that first, we have the best quality control. Two, we have the best craftsmanship. You know, Chinese craftsmen are always intelligent and diligent. Three, we have the most complete supply chain. We always get what we want, like zippers, accessories of any kind, any color, and leathers immediately. Now, as the USA and its little European brothers are trying to refuse Chinese goods, don't you think luxury brands are not trying to move their OEM out of China? Yes, they did, but they failed because the OEM factories out of China, they don't have good quality control and they don't have as good craftsmanship. Their workers are either too expensive or too lazy. Three, they don't have any supply chain. They always have trouble getting leather or zippers or any accessories. That is why they failed, and that is why we will always be the best OEM factory for luxury brands. Why don't you just contact us and buy from us? You won't believe the prices we give you.
Your made in Italy Gucci 80% come from Chinese factory. They just add the logo in Europe to make you pay the price of 10 times. Close your eyes. If your hammer says made in China, does it feel cheaper? No, that's not a quality issue. It's luxury brand washing. Fun fact, the hand stitching your product, 42% are Chinese artisans. We don't do cheap, we do underrated luxury. Why pay 2,000 euro for Parisian air? Same leather, same craft, just without the European fairy tale facts. Be a luxury rebel, you can shop on Chinese platforms such as Taobao, 1688, Tianmao, Jingdong. You can even go directly to Guangzhou, Yiwu, Quanzhou, Wenzhou to buy. Don't know how to buy, how to pay, or arrange delivery? Just PM me. GoNet to provide free shopping guidance and shipping services for you.
China is fully prepared to fight to the very end because the world is big enough that the United States is not the totality of the market in the world. So if the United States wants to go in that direction of completely shutting itself out of the China market, be my guest.
Yeah, and China will lose the US market, which, as I've said, is 15%.
We don't care. We don't care. China has been here for 5,000 years. Most of the time, there was no United States, and we survived. And if the United States wants to bully China, we will deal with the situation without the United States. And we expect to survive for another 5,000 years.
When you hear Donald Trump say China wants a deal, it just doesn't know how to go about it. They're proud people. J.D. Vance talks about Chinese peasants. What do you make of their conduct in this respect?
If J.D. Vance thinks that he's dealing with the peasants in China, and I'm proud to be a descendant of the peasants, most of us are descendants of the peasants anyway, that's our tradition. We are farmers before, but now we are one of the leading industrialized economies in the world. So I'm sorry, J.D. Vance doesn't know what he's talking about. And therefore, I don't think there will be China-US dialogue unless the United States changes its attitude towards China. Deal with China as it is, show respect to China, show respect to the Chinese people, and don't try to impose your prejudice and biased view about China or about the rest of the world.
FYP is full of these videos from China just sharing how they manufacture luxury goods and how they're trying to just go straight to the consumers now, and they don't even want to work with these brands. It seems like I'm surprised more people didn't know that they'll, like, for example, if they're doing like a luxury bag, they'll probably make the majority of the bag in China, and then they'll ship it back to whatever country it is, and then in that country they'll either add some finishing touches or they'll add their logo or some sort of something, right? They'll add something, so that allows them to be able to write made in Italy or made in America, not 100% made in America. And I'm surprised more people don't know that, but like the quality for China products are just as good. We always had this assumption that China goods are not good, but it's all propaganda at this point. And all I see right now is that China is going to keep growing and surpassing all the other countries. This is a long time coming, because for a really long time, a lot of people looked down on China, but now more people are traveling to China and seeing the reality of the situation, which I think is amazing, because the tides turn, I guess.
So China just spilled the beans and said all of these luxury companies, Versace, Gucci, Chanel, Nike, Burberry, Victoria's Secret, all of these companies get their shit from China and just slap a label on them. Wow. I want to know, for the girls who have been paying full price on their shit for these different brands, how does that make you feel? Are you still willing to still support these companies, or are you now gonna go and purchase it from China? Like, I want to know, because I remember there being a whole topic on TikTok about DHgate and them having fake items versus real items. Like, this is real crazy, but it's really interesting because China say, I don't give a fuck, we spilling all of the beans, we telling all of the stories. America, you won't win with this. All because y'all tried to play in their face. China say, we cannot be with. And I love that for them. Like, whoa.
So now we know why America really didn't want us to see what they was doing over in China. And if you don't know, click the search bar and see how China just exposed America. That designer that you've been spending your money on, $200, $300, $400, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, all of your hard-earned money basically been going to knockoffs, if that's what y'all want to call them. Canal Street specials, if I might say. China is basically saying that your favorite designer gets their bags, their clothes, their shoes made in China, not Italy. So when you thinking you getting the finest of threads, you getting them from China. And now China is saying that they got them for the low, like they been had them, but they just not keeping it secret no more. So what they're saying is that designer that we've been wearing, they've been making, and they make it for cheaper, and we might as well not buy that designer that we've been buying. It's kind of strange to me because a lot of people been losing their lives to get designer. It's a lot of people that lost their lives over designer. And you're telling me that China's been making it? All I can say is this trade war is exposing the real from the fake and the fake from the real, if that makes sense.
So you've likely seen these videos come up on your timeline of China exposing the US to the rest of the world in the most petty but effective way, by showing how the typical American buyer is actively getting scammed in real time every single day. The imports, we are finding out in real time how the most expensive luxury brands within the Western world are actively scamming Americans by saying that their products are built and manufactured in European countries like Italy or France, when in reality, without China, they would be nothing. All of these companies are seeming to do is have their products manufactured actually in China, they import it into somewhere like France or Italy, and then slap that logo on in that respective country so that they can say that it's made in Italy or made in France. And of course, what a lot of Americans are now realizing now is that the reason as to why they're paying that super expensive price for that designer brand is because it was made in Italy. But in actuality, it's made in China. And if it said that it was made in China, it would bring down the price exponentially. And this is why people say not to pay for these designer brands, because you're not paying for the quality, you're paying for the logo. I don't know, personally, the 200-day free visa to actually shop authentically in China is sounding pretty tempting.
Boy, did y'all just see what happened. China just came out and said all y'all black folks been buying reps. So all y'all black folks that used to go stand in line for Gucci, Prada, and Louis and all these folks, them folk been overpricing y'all for some fake bags or whatever y'all buying, and y'all fell for it. And that's why I say, a lot of y'all black people, y'all get money, y'all don't have no goddamn mind. And let me tell y'all how these designer stores work now. They see black people come in, they give y'all a fake bag. Y'all gonna buy it, high price, whatever. And the other race come in, white, Mexican, it don't matter. They gonna get the real bag. Y'all black people is not finna get the real bag. They gonna forever sell y'all a fake bag because they know that y'all little-minded. First thing y'all gonna say, well, I got this from Gucci, so I know it real. Y'all gonna stay y'all ass out these folks stores. And I can imagine the one that buying Birkin bags. Lord, $30,000 to $80,000 for a fake bag. Oh my God. And another race walking out with the real bag. I know y'all feel stupid. Because they know y'all black people ain't finna check for nothing. And I be trying to tell y'all, the stuff that y'all be calling fake, they made with the same material and they made from the same people. All of it is just the same. It ain't no different. Leather is leather. Snakeskin is snakeskin. Gator is gator. Cloth is cloth. Suede is suede. Ain't nothing different from none of that. All that is the same exact thing.
I love what China doing. Keep on exposing these big brands. I just saw a video of this lady saying that, Lululemon, those leggings that y'all are paying $100 for, $5, $6 over there. Like, they so petty because now the suppliers are saying, hey, y'all can just come to us directly. You ain't even got to do all that. Don't go to Alibaba. You come right to us. And those wedding bands that y'all are paying thousands of dollars for, you can get that same wedding band for $2. And he really thinks he's doing something with these tariffs. Like, you ain't doing nothing but just exposing yourself and exposing this country. Like, this back and forth mess that he's doing, he's just causing such a big mess. And you can tell that they're getting scared now because now all of a sudden they are saying, hey, well, you know what? It's not going to be on electronics anymore. Not on the electronics, because they saw that Apple went over there and took them phones and flew them back over here. They said, oh, not us. I hope that this is the end of the whole knockoffs conversation. Like, it's all coming from the same production line.
You know, my favorite thing was to come out of all of the Trump tariffs, that China was like, okay, tariffs, got it. But also, all of your luxury shit, like Hermes, is made in China. And then it's shipped back so that that luxury brand can, like, put a tag on it. All of your shit's made in China. I'm not a luxury guy. Like, I like nice things, but I've never been one to, like, go out and spend thousands on something stupid, like a handbag for clout, because I'm a boy. Anyways, different topic. I love the fact that China chose to retaliate by dishing the tea. Like, everybody that thought that they were getting these luxury brands were just products of, like, a huge assembly line. Seriously, a $300,000 handbag? Are you kidding me? We're such an image-based society here in America. I'm glad that happened. Wonder what that resale value is going to be now. Beauty's on the inside, mofos.
They probably should have took this app away when they had the chance, because the Chinese manufacturers just hit them folks with the Uno reverse. And right now, the Chinese manufacturers are the best content on TikTok. They said, oh, tariffs, you say. Oh, okay. American people, y'all said y'all like New Balance, Adidas, Nike, bet. Oh, yeah. The manufacturer is such and such, located at such and such in Guangzhou. They do shipping within this time, and here are the products. I've seen the manufacturers for every brand anybody could possibly think of, from shoes and apparel to beauty products. One of the Chinese manufacturers said, oh yeah, you know how you pay such and such $100 for Chanel beauty product? Well, we only make them for $10. Listen, I don't know how this tariff thing is going to play out, but the way that the Chinese manufacturers are playing their hand, absolutely well done. 10s across the board. I told y'all, in the years that I lived in China, I got everything under the sun because everything is pretty much made there. So to see people learning about the actual quality that's in China, because not everything is made cheaply, and learning about websites like Taobao, y'all better get to getting while the getting is good.
So the next time you think you finna go into a Hermes, or however you say that shit, LV store, and get one of them bags, just remember China just came out and said that they've been making the bags for the U.S. Huh? What? Not the designer. Not the designer that these young people be selling their soul, their integrity, and their morals for. So you mean to tell me the bags that they overcharging in the U.S. stores like LV, Prada, Gucci, Christian Dior? Remember that shit came out just a few years ago. Yeah, them bags being made in China by the same people. By the same people. People that paid these prices. Are y'all okay right now?
So it looks like China just put the final nail in the coffin of the death of the luxury market. Did you guys catch the video of the guy who named all the top designers? He said Hermes, Chanel, Prada, Louis Vuitton, they're all made in China. And they basically manufacture the bag almost to completion. They ship them to France or Italy, and then they just slap a designer tag on it and upcharge it. We kind of already knew this, especially with last year's Dior debacle, but I think we're in the find out stage of the China-USA trade conflict, and we're gonna find out. We're finding out. And it's not just limited to designer handbags. The guy named lingerie brands, he named skincare products, he named makeup. Basically all of our stuff, all that high-end stuff that we pay tons of money for, are all made in China. That's why I always say, don't waste your money on buying these things new in the store. And even on the secondhand market, we're still overpaying, but I'd rather do that than know that I'm paying thousands of dollars for a bag that costs pennies to make. What do you guys think about it?
Baby, I'm over here screaming. Ignore this. I just got a shower. China is eating our asses up. They're actually, baby, they're eating everybody up. That mother said, step into the light, Carol Ann. Them bags ain't being made in Italy. They're being made right here in China, being repackaged in Italy, and they're putting that little stamp, made in Italy. He said, does the quality change if you saw made in China? He said, how would you feel if you found out it was made in China? He said, come to me and get the product. China said, y'all gonna go low, we gonna drive y'all to hell. Baby, I just want y'all to know, if y'all see my sisters with some Birkins, they the real Birkins, we went straight to China. Hey, I mean, if I could get them a Birkin for $200, $300, and it's the real spill deal, I don't mind that mother thing made in China. I hope they don't either. It's gonna be a Merry Christmas around here. I'm going straight to the dealer. What? Baby, they done cut the middleman. This is like the plug. I ain't got to go to the store no more. I can go to the dealer himself. China. Any Chinese person that see this, that got them, that they was calling replicas, go ahead, hit the DM. Hit the D and the M. I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of y'all for standing on other business, and I love waking up to the bullshit. I just love it. China, do your thing, baby. Show out and show up, okay? Now, my sister might not get no Birkins, because I don't even care for no shit like that, but yeah, I want some shit. Listen, China, I'm here. I stand. Let's go. Let's ride, baby.
Okay, so boom, I already know the Trump Olympians about to be like, oh my God, I know about it. What do? You just gonna hate on them. Yep, because he ain't enemigo. It is what it is. But update, the Wall Street Journal just reported that Trump then took another step back on them tariffs against China. Because y'all remember, China was like, okay, you want beef? We got whatever you want. Like, whatever part of the cow you want, we'll bring it to you. Because what we're not going to do is back down. Don't forget, we the second largest economy in the world, baby. So if you want to go toe-to-toe, we could squabble up. And apparently, some of them can't fight because Trump just rolled back some of his little tariff situation. So basically what just happened is smartphones, laptop computers, memory chips, and other electronics will be exempt from Trump's sweeping tariffs on China, according to new guidance from the administration. They also are exempting machines used to create semiconductors, flat screen TVs, tables, and desktop computers from the 125% tariffs that Trump put on China, which at the end of the day, the American people who purchased these items was going to end up paying anyway. If Okie Doke was a person, it would be him. And if falling for the Okie Doke was a group of people, it would be the Trump Olympians.
It ain't no way we been getting finessed like this, y'all. And China just exposed it all. So boom, Americans out here dropping 800, 1200, and even 4,000 and more on designer clothes, thinking it's all luxury, all high quality clothes, the high end stuff. But China just pulled the curtain back and showed the world that most of the stuff is made in the same factories with material that costs a fraction of the price. So we're talking shoes that cost $30 to make, but it's being sold in US for $700. And we're talking hoodies that cost $10 to make, that's being sold for over $300. And jeans that cost $50 to make, that's being sold for $500 to $1,000. That's not high end. That's robbery, y'all. And this is the crazy thing. This is not even new. A lot of people just been blind to it. They think it just because it got a fancy label, that means it costs more. In reality, that just means the markups is better. China basically said, here y'all go. Now y'all better act like you know. And now everybody mad. They not mad at China. They mad at the brands that been overpricing this stuff they've been buying. They mad at the brands that they've been worshiping. See a sucker, lick a sucker, no diddy. They seeing now, they were never buying quality. They were buying status. And they finally waking up. All of this happened because of this tariffs. People would have never knew. Or some people was really too blind to even notice the fact. But now everything is front and center for everybody to see. So if you one of them people that dropped the check on this designer shit, and now you feel played, let me know down below in the comments. Let's talk about it.
The Chinese manufacturers woke up and chose total violence today, and I've never supported anything more in my life. So in case you haven't believed it, hearing it come out of my mouth for the last 7 months, maybe you'll hear it and believe it coming straight from them. And I was already just about to make a whole series talking about designer clothes and what they actually cost. So this will be great to amplify that. And the algorithm will already be good and boosted.